I'm Bryce McAllister, designer, creative director of Jeans by Bryce by You and Me. I also shoot and direct and edit music videos, a little modeling, you know what I'm saying, a little bit of everything, for sure. Yeah, like getting into like different creative like pathways and just kind of different dipping and dabbling in different stuff so they get a full perspective on inspiring stuff like that. I remember, so I've been doing the jeans since like 2019, and so that was like after I got into clothes, like thrifting, like in 10th grade, but it took me a year to kind of get into it, the design aspect of it. But it's been cool so far. Like I started off painting, I was doing that for a while, but I've always like loved like rapping and stuff like that, and rappers, like the whole culture, but I never wanted to rap. So that's what got me into like doing music videos and like thinking of concepts and stuff like that. And then just modeling just because it looked cool with the clothes. It's kind of like dipping into everything that involves other things. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's a music video, I want to do the styling. I love the style of the rappers, what they wear. I love the music video itself, the directing, editing. I love, it's like everything, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, a little bit of everything. Really, really, take a lot of inspiration from like rappers, like commercial wise, promoting, marketing, like it's just they fly. So it's like, yeah, a lot of inspiration, a lot of notes to be taken, a lot of perspectives to take from that. I kind of like to think of my like drops, even though they're not like heavily funded by like a big, mother brand or company or something like that. I can think of my drops as like, I can take it very serious and like think of it like an album rollout. So I might put out a teaser, like a commercial, edit it myself, shoot it myself. Then I want to drop like a photo shoot or like sneak peeks. Then I'm gonna drop TikToks to follow the photo shoot and Reels to follow the photo shoot. And then I'm gonna drop like a big commercial and then the product itself and then drop it, as opposed to just putting it out, taking a picture and putting it out. Just like how a rapper would tease a single and then drop the album with like 2 music videos. So I try to like model it after like people that I see have been successful with it and kind of take a little bit of inspiration. I try my best to make it as nice and clean as I can type stuff. I like to take inspiration from like my favorite artists. So like let's say one of my favorite rappers, Destroy Lonely. Crazy artist. But I think I've been taking a lot of inspiration lately from Brent. I shot this commercial and I kind of want the edit to be like the music video for Price of Fame. The music video he did for that track off Wasteland. But he also did a visualizer for some of his other songs like on YouTube or just on Spotify. The visualizer that plays with the song. So I want to drop a visualizer. I just recorded like a interview kind of thing with my boy Jerron over here. I was kind of asking him questions, him giving me like advice on like some interlude type shit. So I want to put out that and then drop like what else? And then drop like the actual big commercial and the photo shoots. So yeah, kind of like little tidbits of like what this artist find interesting in promoting themselves, what that artist find interesting, you know what I'm saying? I strictly remember, at first I only wanted to, when I was painting jeans, I just wanted to make customs for rappers. Like, oh yeah, I wanted to popularize wearing painted jeans, like painted denim, and have rappers come to me to make it. But then I was like, I could do bigger than that. I could just make a brand, like start my own clothing brand. It doesn't have to be subject to just paint on jeans. But in terms of like how close I want to get, I guess like just I guess not even being the go-to brand, but just like I want people to want to rock my stuff, especially rappers, because I feel like they reflect some of the, I guess, brand identity in a sense that I want my brand to reflect, like swag, cool, like confident, self-assured, you know what I'm saying? So just like people, I want them to rock it like it's designer because it is in a way, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I really want to do just more stuff like that because, again, like, as I said, I really do feel like rappers reflect what I think a lot of people look for in terms of how they want to, I guess, be presented or how they want to reflect themselves to other people, whether that's like I was saying, like being self-assured, being confident, being like not even arrogant, but like arrogant in a sense, like borderline, like self-absorbed, but just like loving yourself, you know what I'm saying? Just being the fullest version, the best version of you. Cause everybody takes inspiration from rappers. So like when they wear stuff, it's like, oh, So that's kind of where I'm going with that. It's like that's who you want to be. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when they wear stuff, it's like, okay, cool, like this is that. You know? And not even in the sense that rappers or celebrities in general are needed to like validate something, but it's like when they rock it, it's like, you know, yeah, like, oh, okay, this is lit. Like, let me get that. So I kind of want to work with like more rappers and artists and stuff like that for that reason. Definitely, that's a good question. I want to do something like big, like Lil Baby. That'd be crazy. Or like Lonely. The storyline would be crazy. It'd be a dope ass opportunity. And then who else? That's really anybody that's fly, anybody that's cool. SZA would be crazy. I tweeted that like a year ago. That'd be super dope. But and it really anybody I feel like that reflects those qualities that I guess has a solid target audience. That's like, you know what I'm saying? That's like at that level in a way. And it's funny, it's so crazy because it's really easier than you would think. Like, it's not really as hard, I feel like, as it might seem to get in contact with these artists that we look up to, because like they're people. So it's like, if you align yourself, like you just saying, he's in town for a week, I might be able to make that work. But yeah, who knows? Just trying to get more of that done this year. It's so funny. It's like with the key stuff, I think before, like the idea of like me working with a celebrity, it's like, whoa, like, nah, this is just somebody I see on Instagram. This is somebody I see on SoundCloud. I just listen to his leaks. Like, no way I'll ever meet him in real life. But it's like he had a concert, and the concerts were, it was COVID, so like it was just like kind of spread out. So they had a gate separating the stage and the people. And my homeboy Zion, shout out Zion. Zion ATL, crazy ass videographer in the city. But he was like, I remember saying, I posted on my close friends, oh yeah, I want to make a jacket for Key. I'm gonna buy it from Target. I bought it from Target. I was like, I'm gonna buy it and we're gonna get it on him. I didn't have like any way of like how I was gonna do it though. I just was like, I want to try, cause he's in Atlanta. And then like a week later, Zion was like, hey man, I'm doing Key's concert. I'm doing the background footage or like the media. I'm doing the media and shit for Key's concert. If you want, make a jacket, then I'll help you give it to him. I'll try my best. He's like, okay, cool. So I work on it for like a month, and then we link up at the concert. We stay there all day, and at the end of the concert, we give it to him through his like manager, not his manager, his security. Security called the stylist over. Stylist like, oh yeah, we'll give it to him. But there was if Zion wasn't in the equation, and I knew that he was gonna be at that concert, I knew what the venue looked like, all I would have had to do was just tap the security, but hey, I made this for him. So it was like, it wouldn't have even been, now granted, with the chances, like the reason I did all that was because I had a pretty solid understanding that it was gonna happen. But like, I would say that's the one thing that separates it, like believing that it can actually happen. Because if Zion was in the equation, even if those things were still in place, I probably wouldn't have thought, I probably was like, oh, it's probably not gonna work out anyway. You get what I'm saying? Because even if he wasn't there, I could have just bought a ticket and been right in between the fence that separates them, tap the security guard with or without him. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like a lot of things in life, like you could do it if you believe you can. You know what I'm saying? To an extent. Like it's really nothing. I feel like there's really nothing like you can't do. Like it might be like the feasibility of it might be more challenging, or the feasibility might be in question. Like easier for some people, harder for some people. Overcome obstacles. You know, everybody's situation is different. But I feel like you could do like whatever you really want to, if you believe you can. You know what I'm saying? So that's why my perspective with that kind of stuff. Like if you want to do it, you could do it. You might have to try really hard, but you could do it. I think really like intention is like a really big factor that plays a role. Like what I've learned in the past few just in the past few months, because like the transition of me like moving schools from state to UGA, I was just telling Ron about this the other day. Like I feel like sometimes you just gotta like vibe, you just gotta chill. But like if your intentions are in the right place and you align yourself to like receive the blessings and opportunities, it'll usually work itself out one way or another. So like in terms of like planning execution, they're both important, but like I don't think either of them are like to be stressed over. Like if you plan for something, you know, be open to change, be open to adapting, and then if you execute it, but don't get attached to the outcome. But as long as you intend for it to go a certain way, more like one way or another is gonna happen. I don't even know how to explain that, but like one thing I learned, like if your intention in the right place, you align yourself, it'll work itself out one way or another. That's a good question. Like with the clothes, I didn't really know what I was gonna be doing with it. I didn't get like serious about it, or like had like a long-term goal until like 3 years after, which was like a year ago. Cause like January 2019 was when I started the clothing stuff, the design and whatnot. But I was just doing it like for fun. I was like, I want to make some side money. I paint customs, make a few dollars here. I couldn't get a job at the time. I wasn't old enough. And then I was like, oh snap, people like it. I want to kind of take it more seriously. I opened up a website in 2020, and COVID, was dropping stuff. My business model wasn't really bent on like making like a certain amount of money. It was more so like, okay, I like making clothes. I like painting on jeans. It's feasible, it's convenient. I don't have the resources to, sew and cut and buy materials, so I could, source my stuff from thrift stores and consignment shops and get my materials from Michael's and paint, and I could drop collections, and this is what I enjoy doing like a designer. And then January 2022, like a year ago, I was like, you know what? I kind of want to switch the model up. I want to prepare myself to be like a bigger, more established brand. Switch the business model up, make something that, people can like really, really buy into, multiple sizes, multiple designs. But to answer your question, like, I didn't know what I'm doing right now. I didn't really think. I thought it was going to take much longer to get to what I'm doing right now. Like having have a manufacturer and have like my brand on the actual jeans, not like buying Old Navy jeans from Goodwill and having to paint on them. So no, I thought I was gonna be painting jeans for like the longest, but now I like see myself like 30 and like when I'm like 30 something, 40 something, like just being like a powerhouse, like a coliseum of a brand. I don't even know what you would call it, like a big, very big established brand. Yeah, mainstream, like a fashion house. If I don't stop doing what I'm doing, I don't even know how long that would take. Maybe like 30s, 40s, maybe sooner. Like I want this to be like big. Like this is like, oh, he started designing when he was in college. Like he started when he was 17, never stopped. Like yeah, I want this to be like one of the go-to brand for denim. Like people come to Jeans by Bryce by you and me, you know what I'm saying? Like JBBYM. So like, but I'm waiting, but like I see it as like a marathon. So everything I'm doing is like people gonna look back and be like, dang, he was doing that. Like he was showing commercials had his dorm. Like what? He was doing this, he was doing that. But yeah, like when I'm at that stage, like, or that's where I see myself when I'm like that age, like this brand being like very big. If I don't stop doing it. That's what I'm working towards. That's what I'm planning for. Honestly, I be thinking about that all the time, like almost every day. Like I think like, okay, if I had this like equipment or access to like these resources, I'd make a commercial like this. I do my roller like that. But yeah, when it's like big, just like I think about like doing fashion shows like all the time. Like when I think of brands like denim, like mainly denim based brands like Diesel. I think of their pieces. I'm like, yo, I would do my fashion show here. My pieces would look like this. I have these models. I have these people shooting it. These people editing it. Everybody will fly out and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I really at that like in terms of how I picture it, just like everything to the best that it can be. You know what I'm saying? Just constantly improving. But yeah, I definitely right now in terms of like what I'm putting out right now, I definitely want it to be on some streetwear kind of stuff. Like, oh yeah, I'm finna go out and take pictures. I'm finna go out with my homeboys or whatever. My girl, I want to put on the Easy Guy hoodie, the wine red jeans by Bryce. You know what I'm saying? The logo jeans, and I want to throw on my foam runners. I'm gonna throw on some cargo, leather jacket. I don't know, the leather jeans by Bryce by you and me. Some rigs, you know what I'm saying? I want to kind of be like that kind of time. So that's what we're working towards now. Instead of like attaching it to a particular, like I want this to happen, I want that to happen. I just want to be like the best that I can. You know what I'm saying? And like, reach my potential. You know what I'm saying? So if I feel like that's big, I want to do it big. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, really just trying my best, be as best as I can. I really want people. If I'm being completely honest, I want to be like I want to like follow in Virgil's footsteps. Like be on some. That's why I really got to transfer to UGA to kind of get more, footing in the fashion industry, because UGA is a big school. The connections, the fashion program is really extensive as well. But like I want to work for like a big company and then work my way up, dream as a designer up into like the director of menswear or whatever, women's wear, and then break off. But I want that impact to be, I want people to understand like they can do whatever they put their minds to. And I want to do it in a way that doesn't promote like an ego or like this idea that you have to be like cutthroat and mysterious and like someone that you're not. Like you can still be a kind, personable, you know, down to earth, humble, like sweet, funny, goofy person and still like be really successful and still like do all the things you want to do. Because I feel like in the media now with the Kanyes or like with the Cardis or people that at least in Atlanta that I look up to, and I've dealt with people like this, like creatives in Atlanta. It's like they're very like, and I hate like, I don't even mean to like reference anything like outside of this, but I don't want people to think they have to be, like I was just saying before, like self-centered or egotistical or like, oh, I'm the best, like y'all gonna see when I come up. Like, nah, you can still be a cool, nice person and work, you know, do what you gotta do and still go up. So I think that's what I really want people to realize. Like, you don't have to be this, you don't gotta be somebody you're not. You don't gotta be somebody you're not. That's what I want to do. That's the plan. It's crazy because I feel like people don't realize this. Like, as a creative, like when it comes to doing whatever you're doing, whether it's photography, videography, cinematography, designing, modeling, it's like sometimes people complain, oh, everybody's doing this, everybody's doing that. What's the point of me doing it? Or people put out stuff that looks crazy or insane or high quality, but they're not like, it really doesn't, I'm not gonna say it doesn't mean anything, but it's like you have to show people why it matters. And in doing that, and you do that by showing them yourself, like being open, being vulnerable. And that's why I kind of pride myself in like showing people my process and my experiences and the things I go through. And not for the sake of it, not just saying, oh, so I can say that I was vulnerable. That's just who I am as a person. But yeah, when people see me, I want them to take, like, I want them to realize what's different is it's me. Like you can find a bunch of other people that do jeans or design clothes or shoot or edit or model or, you know, do whatever, like work with a celebrity. Like none of that stuff, like that's cool, but like it's not you. Or excuse me, they're not you. You're you. Like nobody's me. I'm me. So that's what like makes it different. And not even like I'm better or you're better or I'm almost better than him, but I'm definitely better than you. I'm me. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, that's like no one can take that away from me. You being you, no one can take that away from you. You get what I'm saying? So like, that's really what I want people to realize. Like, cause no one's gonna have your perspectives. No one's gonna have your no one's gonna have your perspective. You know what I'm saying? For lack of better words, no one's gonna see your side of your particular side of your lens because it's you. And it's unique. It's like a sliver of the infinite other possibilities that other people could have experienced and gone through. But that's what I want people to realize, like, it's me before anything else. Jeans by Bryce by You and Me. It's kind of long, but it helps stick. It feels like, oh yeah. Speaking of that, I say by You and Me because it's like that's where I get inspiration from, like my perspective on what the world around me, like how people move, why people do what they do, like. So it's by you and me, even though it's Jeans by Bryce. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of where I go with it.